Hello and welcome to Crick Chatter Live once again. And as we know that, yes, we have our one of the pro, क्या ही बोलूं मतलब words नहीं आते इनके लिए निखिल भाई with us. Hello निखिल भाई, welcome.
जब झूठ बोलना पड़ता है ना तो इतना सोचना पड़ता है।
नहीं इतना सोचना नहीं पड़ता है एक्चुअली क्या है कि हमारा जो प्रीवियस कॉन्वर्सेशन चला था मेरा दिमाग उस पर चला गया था एक्चुअली कि हम लोग जो डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं वो डिस्कशन में क्या चलने वाला है. दैट्स द बिगेस्ट थिंग विद अस. So Nikhil bhai, let's start with unsatisfactory. The word is unsatisfaction. I don't know exactly how to say satisfactory or non-satisfactory, unsatisfactory. How people can give that particular remark to that particular pitch? What do you say?
All I'll say is the unsatisfactory is unsatisfactory. So if you get it, you get it. लगा तो नहीं कोई भी एंगल से कि वो सिर्फ पुअर होनी चाहिए पिच या अनसेटिस्फैक्टरी होनी चाहिए. बट ये सब आईसीसी की रूलिंग्स है. मैंने पहले भी कहा है, वापस कहूँगा, उनकी रैंकिंग्स और रूलिंग्स पे आप बिल्कुल संदेह कर सकते हैं क्योंकि समझ में नहीं आता क्या चल रहा है. तो जो कंसिस्टेंसी आपको चाहिए वो तो नहीं है कि 1.5 दिन में अगर मैच खत्म हो जा रहा है 5 सेशन के अंदर और एक ही जगह से यू आर हैविंग एक्स्ट्रा बाउंस एंड एक्सट्रीम लो बाउंस. It can't be unsatisfactory. It has to be more than that or worse than that. But abhi, there are some things only ICC can do. But they are doing it. They again, उन्होंने वापस इंडिया पाकिस्तान को सेम ग्रुप में डाला है, तो we can't complain.
Oh my God, मैं तो IPL तक की बात सोच रहा था. I was thinking about the IPL and you have gone to the T20 World Cup. It shows that exactly how much cricket we consume on a single day. That is absolutely amazing. I think guys, we are even waiting for Manju bhai to join us. He will be joining us within 5 to 7 minutes if I'm not wrong, but I have got a message from him.
Yeah.
But sir, when we are talking about that, we all are not happy with what ICICI has ICC, sorry, not ICICI. I think that I'm totally right now in a mode of my office still and all this stuff. But ICC still hasn't done well with or dealt with the pitches outside Asian subcontinent, because the same thing would have been done in India. It would have been like bad, and then everybody would have been done a crybaby job. Don't you think so?
तो वैसे भी होगा. अभी क्यों रुक रहे हो? 2 महीना रुको.
2 महीने सर? कहाँ 2 महीने लगे सर? तो 2 वीक रहे हैं. भले वो इंडिया अफगानिस्तान का मैच
खत्म होने के बाद तो ज्यादा फिर जुलूस निकलेगा ना कि भाई क्या ऐसे पिच बना रहे हो, ऐसा पिच बना रहे हो. तो I mean, it's not the first time that it has happened, and it is not going to be the last time. अब वो बायस है ही. अब वो बायस कब निकलेगा मुझे पता नहीं. Maybe Manju bhai can tell us when that bias will go.
हमारे मंजू भाई धीरे से स्लाइड कर चुके हैं. जस्ट इंडिगो की फ्लाइट की तरह.
very good slider. Just like that Indy to Shubman Gill, he's just come through. So please, sir, shed light on why the hashtag justice for spin, if you want to call it that way. Why are pitches poor but unsatisfactory away?
No, mainly it is also cultural differences could be there, because who is the match referee you have to see. So
today we saw our own Chota Babar say Chota Cummins.
Yeah.
And you know what happened today? I was searching for like Chris Broad. The first 3 tweets I got, the Google first 3 tweets they showed. First is from Cricinfo ka someone. Another one is one of the journalists. Third one is our Chota Cummins. And I just say, what? His tweet is on a top 3 thing on a Google when you're searching for the Chris Broad, and I must say this guy is amazing. We have to call him for one of the session for sure. Let people see his Chota Cummins 3D face.
We can call him.
I know exactly. You have the connect. You know him very well rather than us. So that I know. So what do you think exactly about the unsatisfactory pitch remarks by the team? Do you think exactly this is?
Like, it seems to be some patchwork has been done. Like na aapka na mera. Some consensus they are trying to reach, but it is not serving the purpose. Like So I don't know. They can even Johannesburg 2018 was like that dangerous pitch. So they should have stuck to that and given it a poor rating because I don't think anyone wants to have a test match finish in like 1.5 days. I think 642 balls was the length shortest test match ever. So you need to definitely look at the factors. So if you ask the captains, they will always say that we don't mind. But then that is like a different thing. It's up to the people who are administering the game. They should set some standards. Yeah, one another point is like Ashwin in his YouTube channel has said, what is the definition of a good pitch? So all these things that in that Ashwin is defending the excessive turning tracks. But then we used to have Ranji games where played for Saurashtra's home ground, and they would get over in 2.5 days with both the Jadejas running through the batting lineup. So even that is not good. Then how will people learn to bat then if they can't bat for longer time? At least like it should have a good balance. Like although we always you can say it's a batsman's game, but it should offer enough contest. That is the thing. Otherwise, like if it is too much loaded in favor of one side, then it's not good for the long term. Because now what I feel is then the 2024 WTC series for the touring sides, again they will be 2-day tests. That's what I'm thinking. Like New Zealand touring, Bangladesh touring. So,
Sorry, my hand was going through this
yeah,
wall kind of stuff.
trick.
So my concern is that the WTC, because we saw that in WTC each and everyone is preparing their own
Yeah,
pitches as usual, but we forget that one thing, that everybody wants to win because they want to take advantage of their home soil, home pitches, because away matches are getting pretty tough. Whoever is get even winning a one match is a huge deal in away matches. Apart from if you are if you are an Australian team, because apart from Australia, most of them are losing on at the in the I mean, not only Australia, even India, you may say, they're not losing too many matches on their at their own den. So, do you think exactly, Nikhil, that WTC point also is going through their mind, and then they are talking about all those stuff, or how?
I mean, Rahul Dravid said that last year, right? उन्होंने कहा था कि it is due to WTC that we are wanting to get results and we want result-oriented pitches where and you have to draw a line whether what is fair and what is good for the long term. Now,
Yes.
you keep making such decks. Again, the point here is there are two things that people debate. First is, oh, but you get green decks outside. Why would you not want turning decks at home? Nobody's saying no to turning decks at home. The point is, you should not make it a lottery. You should not make it so bad or so worse that there is no difference between the skill of a Joe Root and a Ravichandran Ashwin. You cannot have anybody who can bowl part-time spin come in and take 4 or 5 wickets. When you make rank turners, like the indoor deck, it can backfire and it has backfired already for you twice. So it isn't a safe strategy, even from that lens. And also your batters are not getting used to playing long and big. And Pujara scored a double century. How often has he gotten a chance to bat so long in other conditions? And it's not that he's forgotten to bat. It's that conditions are so tough that you don't want a guy to spend a long time. You just want them to get runs, quick runs. So actually, if you see, if India make turning decks for baseball, and if in those baseball 6, 7, 8 players, if 2, 3 players click and they get you 260, 280, then it doesn't matter whether you get them in 50 overs or you get them in 100 overs.
True.
They will probably get more time in the game if they because they are being aggressive. Yes, they will probably get out for a low score also. We could have a 40 or 60 or who knows. But the point here is in search of WTC points, you are compromising on long term benefit that your team can have. And eventually, if you have to play the WTC final in England, how is it helping anyone by making 2 to 3 day pitches in subcontinent जब आपको खेलना इंग्लैंड में जहाँ पे conditions will be completely different. And then again, you can't take 2 hours to learn कि भाई we have to bowl short ball to a guy. So you are not doing enough in terms of preparing your own side better. So again, I am all for spinning decks. I love when Ashwin and Jadeja do the job. But my point is give them slow turns. Have decks like you did in 2016 kind of stuff, or when South Africa came in, when Pacers did the job. Do something like that. I'm not saying go extreme and have grass on the deck. No. Have slow deck. Put traditional subcontinental value to you can bat deep, you can bat big, get 400, 500, and then try and get the opposition out on third, fourth days with more spin. The moment you start with spin from first ball, spin will also go. Then you have to just win the toss. Hope कि भाई you bat first, you bat how much ever you get. उसके बाद तो भाई anybody, Joe Root, Ben Stokes will also bowl off spin then. तो फिर how what's the point of it?
एंड हमें सच में आई मुझे अरे वो हमारे पाकिस्तानी भाई साहब कौन थे? अरे यार मुझे 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 भूलने की बहुत गंदी बीमारी है। मंजू
कौन?
भाई।
हाँ, स्पिनर।
हाँ?
स्पिनर कौन?
नहीं
पाकिस्तानी?
नहीं, अरे पाकिस्तानी अपने दोस्त अपने साथ जी मीट पे आते थे।
खुरम सर, खुरम सर।
खुर्रम सर, यस खुर्रम सर और इंजमाम उल हक का जो लाइन था, प्लेयर तब वही बोलेंगे।
हाँ, हाँ, बॉयज प्लेड।
यस, बॉयज प्लेड
हाँ,
वेल। यहाँ प्लेड
yeah.
वेल से कहीं अच्छा हम लोग बोलेंगे आई इंशाल्लाह आई विश boys will play well because ultimately the way it is. Anyways, we'll discuss about this in the next segment because we also have this segment with us. However, let's go to the most, I would not say the awaited, but again because due to the some, I must say it's a, I may say it is a controversy, but again people are making it, the journalists are making it, come on, you cannot say that. So this India versus Afghanistan, imagine it would not have that much of mileage if Virat and Rohit would not have been selected. So do you think exactly what, first of all, India Afghanistan without Rashid Khan, anyways whenever the Rashid is not playing they are 50% down automatically, mentally, whatever you say. What do you think exactly the score line will be? स्टार्टिंग विद मंजू भाई मुझे पता है निखिल भाई इज लाइक ओके यार क्या सीरीज है क्या है फिर भी
No, I'll be happy if Afghanistan win a game or two.
और टू मींस तो
Yeah, yeah. No,
इंशाल्लाह
because
सीरीज हैज गॉन
what I feel is many times we go into big tournaments doing well, and then we don't know where the chink lies. So I think if something gets exposed, maybe our team management will be better prepared. So I think there is no harm in trying a few things. You are backed by Rahul Dravid with the wall behind, so there is no harm in experimentation. So how they are going to use the two seniors, that is the main question. I think that Nikhil Bhai can elaborate on. Like how do we intend to use them?
निखिल भाई गो अहेड प्लीज आपके
How
चेहरे
do
से दिख
we
रहा है
how do we intend? मतलब, we intend to fill stadiums and we intend to sell tickets. That is the purpose. Any which
and I
ways.
want and I want to say it here one second. In during the World Cup we had to buy ticket around 4 or 5 days ago, okay, or the in a lot like the 20,000, sorry, 10,000 tickets now, 10,000 tickets later, and 10,000 tickets might be on the day of the match. I went to buy a ticket today. I got to know that the window is open and the ticket has gone for the sections I was looking for, and I got to know it has the insider this time, Paytm Insider has opened that link 1 or 2 days ago. Means nobody, it wasn't even in a news, and the match is next week after 8 days. What kind of marketing BCCI is doing, I have no idea about it. I might not be I might not be the right audience to watch live from the stadium, but for whatever reason it is, I wasn't aware because I should be, because they should do some kind of advertisement. Come on, I want to watch a match.
It's not needed. Those who want to, they know where it comes and they'll take it. So
They already done. That's
exactly. So see that's the
that's the
point.
thing. That's the
कि
problem. We are in a fix with the thing. Like fans are तो fans हैं, आएंगे ही यार, कुछ भी कर लो, 600 2000 ये टिकट तो मतलब कुत्ते बिल्ली की तरह खरीदे जाएंगे.
and see मेरा कंसर्न टिकट से वैसे भी इंडिया अफगानिस्तान के टिकट से तो मेरे को इशू है नहीं. आई जस्ट फील इट इज I don't know how to put it in a way that is very logical. Ke you did not play two people for a long time, and now you have gotten them back. There is no problem with the two people. I mean, they are greats of the game. They can definitely say that they are ready. My only point is then you can't say that there is a process because there isn't a process. क्योंकि अगर process है, so it cannot mean that you can suddenly bring back two people who did not play any game for you in that form. And it
True.
is kind of disservice to the people who played. Now again you will say, but what did they do? So then how long will you keep playing these two? Somewhere down the line you have to draw a line. And again it's up to the two individuals and the board to decide that कि भाई वो line कब draw करनी है. But as long as they are able to learn from what went wrong in 2022, I am I'm not hoping and in the first place, but a lot of things were discussed. You want people who can bowl, people who can go more aggressive in the top order. Now, who will play there? Will Gill play or will Jaiswal open with Rohit? And then where will Virat play? If you play Virat at three, what happens to Sky, whose best spot was three? So, and then you don't have anybody who can bowl again. So it's a problem that India have taken up again. But again, अब
Okay.
तुमने लिया है तो I'm sure सोचा होगा.
Now my question is the same thing what we actually discussed at the first, I think before going live, that when we introduced our own Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to the team, and we know exactly we need Rinku Singh and Sky in the middle order and the lower middle order. 100% sure they cannot ball. Now the question is that if IPL also Rohit will play well for the first half when the team selection will be there. Virat will play amazingly. Now we invested time and money on Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, Yashasvi, Gill. Sky is confirmed whenever. Hardik is confirmed whenever. I don't know if the Rahul is having any kind of outside entry as a wicket keeper batsman. I don't know. Anything can be possible. But imagine if the Rohit and Virat in the team, where from the Rinku will be into the mix, because I'm seeing that poor chap will be missed out. Tilak Verma still have the age, still have the time. Rinku also have the age, only 26, 25, 26, 26, 27 he is. But don't you think exactly that a person who can bat at number 4 or number 5 or number 6 in T20, because even yes, Sky most of the time for India, first 10, 20 matches he batted at, whenever get an opportunity he opened for India. He bat for number 2, number 3, number 4. But Rinku always plays 4, 5 or 6. Don't think exactly in Indian setup, player like a Rinku Singh who can be readily available at 4, 5, 6, the way we have hyped Jitesh Sharma in the past, have to miss out the match because of this, because we need 6 bowlers. I'm talking about the 6 bowlers inclusive of the three spinners, because it's in, if it is West Indies and USA, pitch will turn for sure. Pitch will be slow. So how exactly you are looking into this inclusions, and how you will play and Sky and Rinku Singh together into the match? Give me a scenario, please. This is luckily at this moment there's no clash because Sky and Hardik both are not available. But in a World Cup scenario, how you gonna play Rinku Singh and Sky together? नहीं to you Nikhil bhai, Manju bhai to I will not let Manju bhai see on this. Nikhil bhai is like, come on Nikhil bhai.
क्या कर सकते हैं सर? There is no place. How can you play? Unless you open with Rohit and Virat, and you say कि Sky bats at three, and then you have a position for Hardik at four. Then you can slot
Hardik
in.
will play at 4.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not a problem. You can slot Hardik at four. You can have Rinku at five, Jitesh six, Akshar Patel seven, and then you can have your four
Your
bowling
entire thing has gone for toss.
Sorry,
Your entire thing has gone for toss.
which my entire thing?
Jitesh Sharma will come at number 6,
हाँ
right?
हाँ, क्यों?
And
What is wrong for that?
he yet to play that much of handful of international
Then
matches.
what?
The of
So
international is very difficult.
let's get back Dhoni. Let's get back Dhoni then.
Anyway, we have a question has come from
The one time, so it is very ironic that the one time India has won the T20 World Cup is when they have been when they've
no
gone three.
expectation. No, sir,
It is
that
not
was a
about expectation. It's about the group of people that went. A group of people, fresh minds, fresh ideas,
सर वहां
clear
भी फाइट
goals.
सर वहां भी फाइट था सर ऐसा मत बोलो
Eight
सहवाग वाज
seconds.
अनहैप्पी
8 seconds.
युवराज वाज अनहैप्पी
Fight. It is not about happy and no team is perfect. But you
एब्सोल्युटली
still, the seniors still had the vision to say, okay, this is not our format. You
एब्सोल्युटली
go. So that is the
एब्सोल्युटली
problem. The point is there will always be some problem here and there, which is for the board to take care of. But my point is that's the only way you can fit Rinku in. And at this
हाँ
point of time, you don't have other keeper options.
अदर
Sanju ko
कीपर्स
squad में लिया है to keep people happy. I don't see him getting games. He was he was not getting games previously, so it's unlikely that he'll get them now. तो उसके बाद the only option that you have is Jitesh. और या तो फिर you tell me कि भाई KL Rahul will come back after a very good season for Lucknow. So फिर then it's exactly taking the 2022 squad only and saying कि now they will change and they'll
निखिल
do
भाई
well.
निखिल भाई there is a Mr. Amit is supporting you and you can read it here. Had Sachin
See,
Saurabh
that
not
is
given a
the
opportunity,
problem.
Rohit
The
would not have
problem.
gotten a chance in 2007. Rohit has to realize it now.
See, the problem with that is cricket has changed so much that they don't think about. See, nobody of us wants to let go of things that are in our power or in our control. We all want to try, one more time, and it's completely fair. Which is why I said this is not on Rohit and Virat. This is probably on the board and the management and Rahul Dravid also as a coach. Ke, how have you planned and what have you planned? Ke,
Sure.
because I'll be very honest, India at this point of time, the ODI cricket is probably the safest format in terms of options. But T20 format, you have gone for a toss because two people are injured and now you brought back Rohit Sharma back क्योंकि कोई कैप्टन नहीं है. तो तुमने जो इतनी सारी कैप्स बांटी सबको 1.5 साल में, what did you learn from that? And in Test cricket, you are 2 injuries away from being एकदम फटी पड़ी है. Something happens to Ashwin and Jadeja, you have zero replacements possibility
Backups.
ready, backup ready. You have names. It's not that you don't have. India
Yeah,
have
but
names.
you
There is
cannot
Saurabh Kumar. There are many people that you can try, but you haven't tried because I feel
you
everything
had an
has been
opportunity.
because everything has been very short term, and even this plan is very short term.
Very
Okay,
short.
let's look now. फिर कुछ हुआ तो आगे देखेंगे. तो फिर इसमें विच इज वाई आई डोंट होप ऑल्सो नाउ कि भाई कुछ होगा. यू विन ग्रेट, बट इवन इफ you lose with youngsters. They know what to do next. The problem here will be you lose, you already know why you lost. So
And
I
one more
don't
thing,
think that's a
Nikhil
good situation.
Nikhil bhai and Manju bhai, my question to Manju bhai, just I'm connecting this all-rounder stuff and all, and the spinner stuff and all. One more into we have gone to India versus Afghanistan. We didn't concentrate at all over there. One, the thing it is that India Afghanistan match it shows that we all are like says कि भैया ये तो last year का match था जो is happening forcefully because nobody wants to play a T20 series before a very important home series or a 5 test match series, and we are playing with the fringe players and pushing even the veterans to this just to ensure that whatever the selection committee wants to convey, they want to push it. Anyway, I'm putting an IPL scenario for a small reason why exactly we are not getting all rounders or the specialist kind of player who are not even improving their fielding and all. That is super sub X factor in IPL that actually destroyed the mindset of an all rounder. Because if you are a bits and pieces, you will not into the team. And I remember bits and pieces were the top class player known in T20s. Because if you can bat and ball, even a 1 or 2 over, you are brilliant. You can hit around 20 runs in 12 ball, 13 balls, you're amazing. But now you don't need. You need a proper player. We saw in past, Gill never fielded for Gujarat Titans. There are n number of names who came ball and left in between, and then somebody has come did the additional ball. Manju bhai, what do you think exactly this is? Why? The, don't you think exactly that this particular stuff is not letting the all-rounder comes to the scene or a particular baller, a player's mindset who, because when you're playing a match, you have to stay in the field for 20 overs to to feel that win or lose or the loss. If you're not
No,
there,
main concern is for the future. Like, what if there is guys who come to say Punjab Kings trial or KKR trial, and then they decide to focus only on one skill. So at the very early stage, the all-rounder development gets killed. So that is it. It may send a wrong message. That is the main issue. Because like I remember from the early days, there's Bipul Sharma who will hit two sixes, take AV de Villiers wicket, and that's it. He's done, and the game is just it. So like, where are these players? They may have to reconsider these rules. That's what the IPL Council, they need to think whether this is really doing good or no. Because in the long term, you may end up losing all-rounders. Because like the revolution in Indian cricket comes from an all-rounder from Haryana. So he was good in both specialities, right? So that is what encourages the whole generation of people to become like him. Even Sachin
unfortunately,
wanted
he
to,
moved to US if I'm not wrong.
yeah. So even Sachin wanted to like go to the MRF Space Foundation because of Kapil. So that's what I'm saying. So that inspiration is what keeps people going. So like suppose there is no value for somebody's bowling, then you'll have someone like now Shreyas Gopal is his spin has gone down, his bowling aspect has gone down. He's become more of a batsman. So I don't know. I really hope he comes back strongly as a leg spinner because I always thought he's a good spinner. So
Yeah,
people
once I
are
thought he is the replacement of, or not replacement, I must say, I'm so sorry for that. Look alike Anil Kumble because the way he used to do flipper, because I saw him in a Ranji and all, heard about a lot that he does flipper, slider, which nobody does right now in a world cricket. Flipper and all तो चला ही गया, खत्म ही हो गया भाई. Flipper क्या होता है? Slipper
Hmm.
याद है लोगों को, flipper भूल गए, unfortunately. But I can see exactly that how many people are the fan of Nikhil bhai, because even the Abhishek, our own Abhishek, is saying the same thing.
Maybe.
Ki who will be the Ashwin Jadeja's backup? And the way people don't want to see even Jadeja into the team. They're saying exactly no, he's not an all rounder at all, or his batting has gone down, etc., etc. Again, another one has come on. Same Amit is saying that Jadeja, I think, will still have a replacement in Akshar. I see no replacement for Ash. So, thing it is that unfortunately or fortunately, we were supposed to discuss India Afghanistan T20. We are moving into the such a topic that is really amazing that we
Yeah.
don't have anyone to talk about. But however, there's a one more question I have from Nikhil and Manju bhai both. It is about Ishan Kishan, and my question, please listen to me. My question is that we are talking about the mental health. The reason had been given by the BCCI. Remember, it's the mental health reasons. He didn't play the test match ODIs, one T20 I think he played, and then it has gone Jitesh and then gone to KL Rahul throughout. But what I heard, some popular journals, they have openly said on our YouTube, even in their content on their papers. One of them I highly regard is Abhishek Bhai, Abhishek Tripathi, Vaibhav Bola. I follow them and Shubayan. So Abhishek Tripathi in one of the YouTube live with Baba Bola told that reason behind Ishan Kishan is not mental illness or mental issue. He after he left South Africa, he went to Europe for a tour. Now, if somewhere around the level, if this is 70% true or even 30% true, what is the credibility of BCCI will be after that? because Ishan is not playing even Ranji for his Jharkhand. He should have been. He hasn't been chosen for Afghanistan match. Even today, I saw our own Arnab Bhattacharya has shared a piece of paper that Ishan and Iyer has been dropped because of the disciplinary issues. It was an Ananda Patrika Baja paper, and it's a very, very famous paper of West Bengal. So if somebody's sources are creating this kind of stuff, and BCCI officially saying that it's a mental issue or mental illness, whatever the actual term is, how we will believe BCCI statement? We know that there is always a little bit of goof up. Sorry, but this is huge, Nikhil bhai.
We firstly will have to be very careful in terms of using our words there. Uh, and I don't want to speculate.
No, no, I'm not. No,
First,
I'm not. Nikhil bhai, I'm not talking about the speculations. I'm not talking about any kind of stuff. What I'm saying here, even though people are saying openly on a paper, it is paper they're saying. If somebody come on a paper, see, if somebody is John kind of person or Mufasa kind of person,
whoever it is, they are free to write whatever they write on paper. Many people wrote whatever, a lot of things that Hardik will not go to Mumbai, he will stay in Gujarat. I'm not talking here about news media and all of that. I only feel I don't think there's a problem with credibility of Ishan Kishan. I think it was mental fatigue and not mental health or mental illness in that line. He wanted to take a break, and if he wants to take a break, I think he's perfectly free to do that. I
yeah,
don't think we should be judging him कि भाई वो यूरोप जाए कि शिरडी जाए कि किधर भी जाए. And the problem with the
Nikhil bhai,
only problem here is
Nikhil bhai,
I'll finish with my only problem here is transparency from the BCCI. This is exactly what happened. But now we are in a world where we will not believe BCCI for whatever they say. If they say only, then also will question. If they don't say, then also will question. So the point is the system has been such that the system has been designed to speculate. तो आप आपके पास जो सोर्स है आप उसके हिसाब से कोट करोगे विच यू आर कंप्लीटली राइट टू डू दैट. पर मेरे को नहीं मालूम कि इसमें कितना सच है कितना झूठ है. As long as it is clear between the board and the player, I am completely fine with him not doing anything and taking care of himself. As long as that is the case.
but again, my concern is only because nowadays in the world where we know that youngsters like a 20 years, 22 years, 23 years old are getting millionaire by a night, within a night, handling the pressure is a very different kind of ball game. And we know exactly how people are working hard on
This is where you would expect the Mumbai Indians also to be part of the system. Na? कि they will also take care of the player. कि भाई,
this.
what is it? And Ishan is not someone who's just there on the fringes. And it also makes you think about कि अगर आपको ईशान के बारे में इतना आप सोच रहे हो तो think about that lad who was told from his coach कि तेरे को मैं टीम में नहीं लेगा.
Seriously, that was a different that too
So
from the Chandrakant Pandit.
So
And
that is what, which
lastly,
is why I keep saying that whatever we read may not always be true
that's
on
correct.
face value. So there are
Always
lots
correct.
of stories, and if we are worried about Ishan, I'm sure there are 100 more domestic players. Even Shami wouldn't have come through had he stuck to his original plan.
I understand. That's why the reason I
So
really like the way he handled himself during that Arjun
exactly
award.
why I feel that this is where the board should take care of the people of
Absolutely.
every quarter, not just because तुम IPL खेल रहे हो.
नहीं, नहीं, because of
Everyone.
all the players.
हाँ, so hopefully that will be done because see उसके अलावा we can't at this point of time we can only guess. That's the
हाँ,
worst part.
I'm just saying that कि चलो कम से कम we are talking about Ishan Kishan. Manju, this is for you. We are talking about Ishan Kishan because he's right now in a national condition. The bowler who moved from MP to Pondy, and we'll talk about that also during that Delhi Wala. We have that chapter also to talk about. But we are talking about Ishan Kishan at this one only because there was a time when we all thought, and the way it has been given the impression that he is an important part of the system because he played even after getting lots of failure and he did good also. His keeping also has improved a lot from the time we saw and right now. And now we are listening so many other different kind of news and all. Don't you think exactly this is very disturbing for him also? Because anyways, we all know that Manju Bhai is a doctor. I'm talking about, you might not be a psychologist, but again, being a person, what you are, don't you think exactly this is not a healer, rather than it's a more like a increase their pain, increase their talk about their credibility. They sometimes judge themselves. We are no one to judge anyone. We are the fans. We always love them to be here. That's why the reason we are concerned. But when it comes to that particular scene, and as Nikhil Bhai rightly said, 100% I'm with that. We are talking about one Ishan Kishan. There are hundreds of Ishans out there in India, especially where we have 1.41 billion people, and where mental fatigue and mental stuff known as only very differently. I'm not an expert to talk about that. But again, Manju Bhai, what do
I,
you think exactly in that way?
I
And that
just
means
hope that
whatever the studies you have done in your life as a doctor, we know you are a doctor. Whatever you are a surgeon, I
I
know.
hope that he's like doesn't check his phone. He stays away from all these social media. Maybe enjoys his break. And like if he's gone to Europe, wherever it is, I'm happy. Let him take care of his health, and that is what matters ultimately. Like even if he comes back, re-energized, it's fine. And as far as BCCI, they haven't done a press conference after the T20 selection. That is one. And second is our coach is
Brilliant one.
telling,
We are again
yeah,
going to the COVID era.
yeah, so our coach is telling Saha that they will not consider him, but he has not told Pujara or Rahane that they won't be considering him. So the consistency is not there in many things. So that is why I think take it with a pinch of salt. And I think until the player himself comes out, because another left-hander, he's written a book also, Marcus Trescott. He had to leave a tour and come back. Then Jonathan Trott is there. Like
Even
so,
Swan.
yeah, yeah. So there have been instances. So I think it is these are personal issues. We should leave them to sort it out and ensure that the system should ensure the enough things are available at hand. Like Indian team when it was not winning overseas, they called Sandy Gordon a sports psychologist to help them get that winning mindset like during the NatWest tour and all. So now I think 20 years from that we have moved in the right direction and much better avenues are available. So I think BCCI definitely they should be in touch with him and rather they should help him find some good help near and where he can come back and come back strong. So that is the thing. So disciplinary issues there are different things, and always like if someone is disturbed, they wouldn't want to be seen as brooding or sad. It's now different. So I think he would rather go into a noisy party, being disturbed, so that he can distract himself. So I don't think we should judge him for that. But you know how the world is, they will judge him. Like there is videos of Dhoni doing something on this thing which are going around. So I think you should let them. Yeah, you
Of
should
course,
let
that is
them.
their personal life.
Yeah,
That too after
people can
completion of
express
his
their.
retirements and all. So
There's no problem in people expressing their opinion. That's okay, but you should leave them to it. So I don't know. I hope that like if that is the case, he comes back energized and definitely he also is a long-term contender to being a regular member of the squad. So even in Test cricket. So and once all these retirements come about, so never mind Pujara's double hundred, but if our
that was
coach is not,
66 strike rate. Strike rate, sir.
yeah, yeah,
66. I'm
yeah,
sorry, but
66.
I put this. I always see. I'm a big fan of Puji. I mean, we all are. But again, there is always a problem with his strike rate. But in Indian match or whenever he played for the whenever he hits big centuries, his strike rate is always in the positive side only. But anyways, that's a gone case. I wish to
One
see
thing
him in
just to,
England for the last time
to
and
make
take
if you want to
retirement.
make a weird comparison, like if the Prime Minister goes to Lakshadweep and it's promoting tourism, Pujara making this double hundred is promoting Ranji Trophy. So people who are not following, they'll follow what at least what Pujara is doing. So at least that's a good thing.
And
Somebody
luckily, we get to
making
know Prerak Mankan also is there. People
yeah,
generally forget Ranji to Ranji, and then they
right,
remember Prerak Mankan is also there.
correct, correct.
So this kind of questions always comes to our top. But again, uh, Ishan Kishan thing, I think Ishan Kishan is the right person to go ahead with. I will try to bring one of our friend Twitter mutuals. I know
Yeah, and also
he and
just to
she
add
is
to
a
that,
sports psychologist, so I will try
yeah,
to bring her also in coming podcast, that so that she can help us to know exactly how someone can get healed, or
yeah,
what are
there
the
are
things people should do.
if there are any fans who are like getting confused by reading all the news, I think they can go back and watch the old Mumbai Indians documentary. So in that, in the couple of episodes, now, there is a good idea as to what kind of a person Ishan is. So there are all different types of individuals. Some need to be taken care of, and it is fair enough. So I think you don't need to consider people as like black and white or absolute entities. So definitely you can go ahead and have a look.
Nice. Our same next topic, coming to India Afghanistan. I'm not touching even. Okay, let it be, because we are going to the very serious one. Another one serious is the Ranji Trophy first round done. 11th is the second round day after. So many difficulties happened. Even I saw Tripura won against, if I'm not whom, Chhattisgarh, if I'm not wrong. No, no. Tripura won their one of the match, and against a
Delhi,
much, huh?
Delhi's status,
No, no, Delhi is the Pondicherry.
yeah,
Delhi is the
Pondicherry.
Pondicherry. So when you talk about this, and Delhi Pondicherry, Delhi lost, that's not a problem. The problem is the entire system. Nikhil bhai, you want to say something, because the way a 21 years old skipper has been sacked, and then Himmat Singh, he's a great player and became captain. And then people are proving that XYZ is the reason he's a youngster. The administrator or the selectors are coming and saying that we want him as a good batsman. He's an amazing player. He's having an amazing future. We want him his batting to go ahead better, and that's why the reason we want Himmat to do the captaincy, because he did last time good captaincy, and his captaincy as a batsman average was around 40 plus, overall average is 39, etc., etc. How you see exactly? Because why I want to put this point here, Chandrakant Pandit will come later. And there's a one more question. I forgot the name. I'm sorry, I'm very bad with the name. Even same thing happened with the, imagine with the guy, Sumit Singh or Sumit Kumar, same Mr. Singh, that S Singh for Kings 11 Punjab.
Prashant Singh.
These guys are name changed, picture changed. They're getting XYZ, they are getting something, and they say no, this guy has not been done. Imagine the mental. Mane, 1 minute ago, I'm happy that I got a 2 crore. Come on, घर में सारे लोग मिठाइयाँ लाने चले गए. Then you are doing no, you are not.
It just tells you how much the system has to improve in terms of doing so much.
We
How
are
can
the
you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't
absolute.
manage it well, if you can't even tell people कि ये कौन से board का है, I mean that is the last. Forget the
And you have
board,
to take different picks. The
the
Sumit Kumar
player.
Singh wala thing, the Sumit Kumar wala stuff is a different pick. Pick was a
I can
someone.
pick तो चलो फिर भी I'll say कि broadcast है, error happens, but what is the sheet doing there in front of you in terms of player number, player data? तो why is it that, I mean we play normal, गली में अपन खेलते हैं तो 3 बोला के 2 बोला इसमें अपन इतना मारामारी करते हैं, we fight over each other, and
Absolutely.
here you are saying there is so much money involved, so much data, computer technology, and you can't even figure out ki which Shashank Singh is which Shashank Singh, which Sumit Kumar is which Sumit Kumar. And even you talk about Delhi, you talked about Chandrakant Pandit, that the pacer, it just tells you how much you can have all the money in the world. You saw the stadium where Mumbai and Bihar played the Ranji Trophy game. Such a spectacular stadium. वहाँ पे light show होना चाहिए. That is the problem that we have.
Anybody
Okay,
knows about this? Somebody, Mr. Ek minute. Mr. Darshan Senthil has said something. I don't know, because I have no idea about this. So if anybody
so
knows
there was
about
a report about the suspect bullying action where he was named supposedly, but he wasn't. So that is how great and how forward we are as a system. So ये एक
Only
एक
लाख करोड़
एक
पॉकेट में होने से दिमाग नहीं आ जाता.
नहीं, it's not about, see, it's about having a I wouldn't say cleanup or something like that. All this will take
Professionals.
a lot
You
of
need
time.
you need professionals for the professional sports. As
Bottom
simple as it is.
line. Bottom line. Same,
And
be it Delhi, be it Pondicherry, be it Madhya Pradesh, जो भी है. See the problem. See, in India we glorify struggle. So anytime somebody has to struggle, we
TRP.
feel he's doing right. But then we should also find out why that struggle is there or who is responsible for that struggle. So all of these context बहुत जरूरी है. So you can talk about, there are n number of examples in domestic circuit where things have not gone done rightly. But then what are people who have the power? What have they done to change it? So eventually everybody wants to be part of the IPL. So but ये भी तो
Absolutely.
साफ करना पड़ेगा ना sir.
Even so many journals, because journalists are the main thing. Exactly, we got to know what's happening, speculation or reality on unreality is different. So many speculations are there for the ballers who did really well. I don't want to put anybody's name, no journal's name, no player's name, because that is their own mindset. Let it be. They're happy. They're happy. They want to represent India, but they don't want to represent their state team for Ranji Trophy. They go and spend time to NCA, not even NCA. They go and spend time with their franchise doctors, showing that they're injured.
That is fine, na? When you know that even Jasprit Bumrah had to go to a Shane Bond called New Zealand specialist, so इससे ज़्यादा बड़ा एग्जांपल क्या चाहिए कि if you
Hardik Pandya,
cannot if you
he's
cannot manage if you cannot manage the best bowler of your country, I have zero hopes. And I will not blame any player for going to the franchise setup because, as you said, they have professionals. That
yes,
is the
very
answer.
true.
They have professionals. And even then, there are mistakes like Prashant saying. So it's just क्या कर सकते हैं अब? You can't pinpoint a finger and say that this exact person, or it's not 1 or 2% problem. It's just a system that has to have so many
And
checkpoints.
and one more thing, just to sum
Yeah,
up this particular
to compare,
Ranji.
you have to compare two pictures. Dr. Irani running with a brown bag onto the field in the 90s, and then there's
I
Nitin
had
Patel.
I had I heard this story.
Yeah. And there's Nitin Patel sprinting in Australia. So you just see Nitin Patel's management. With, of course, I don't blame Dr. Irani. He had limited resources, and that time even the knowledge was just coming up. But someone like Nitin Patel, why can't we replicate in domestic level? Managing so many injuries and in that GABA game. GABA is just that one tip of the iceberg. The whole thing. So ultimately, we have to look back, look inwards as to how the systems can become better. And there was this Varun Chakravarti going for a scan, breaking the bubble, and then there was a big fiasco that the bubble is broken. So these things can be done a little better.
I मीन्स क्या ही बताऊं, मतलब मैं एक चीज पूछने जा रहा था, मैं बोलने जा रहा था. Last year, I think past 2 years, again but back to MP fiasco. Now Delhi fiasco to matlab it is, we know that administration and everyone is hopeless at this moment, the way situation, especially 3-4 state entities are such a way it is. Anyway, सारा कुछ आधा अधूरा रह रहा है. आई अंडरस्टैंड बिकॉज डीप जाने की किसी को भी दिल में सबको पता है कि ये दर्द ही देगा, बिकॉज एज अ फैन वी डोंट वांट टू सी दैट, वी डोंट वांट टू फील दैट. वी वांट टू बी द पिजन who knows that the cat is there, but we want to somewhere down the line say नहीं ठीक है, cat नहीं है, कुछ नहीं कर सकते, because we are the players, we are the fans who loves cricket. We feel that cricketers are not only for the entertainment. People say hey, entertainment हार गया, तो हारने से बुरा लगता है, बट कैसे हारते हो उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. How you're losing that matters. But just a small story of Chandrakant Pandit. Chandrakant Pandit, the way the one particular story and the way his stature has been ripped off. And 1.5 year ago, when the KKR, he made the chief coach of KKR. The way he was introduced to KKR, मतलब पूरे इंडिया में उसकी बात चल रही थी, क्या अमेजिंग प्लेयर है ये, ही इज अ हार्ड मास्टर एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. The guy who did amazingly for so many years suddenly, and we don't know exactly what context he said, Because in our local side we know exactly, some people will say तेरे को नहीं करने दूंगा, reason might be he has done something that we don't know. But now also we have come to the so much of fast conclusion that Chandrakant Pandit is a, because he now got a fame, not only a coach of a state team, he's a coach of a IPL franchise, easy to target. Might be possible he's wrong. I'm not saying he might be right or wrong, but we don't know the context of the entire sides. We don't know exactly any third party was there. I'm sure exactly when the discussion had happened, so many people were there. Now, Ayer's name is also coming in between. क्या है MP वाले Ayer का नाम?
सर आप लिख के रखो, वेंकटेश अय्यर की बात कर रहे हो.
Thank you, sir. So Venkatesh Ayer, he introduced Pondicherry to him. Coach or player from the Pondicherry, and then he went over there. Questions and all shows exactly which side we are going. And I just want to have one conclusion, because Nikhil bhai and Manju bhai, I think exactly you guys are, you understand as a neutral that a famous person is easy to be targeted, and a person, and we all in India knows TRP, impression. ये गेम कुछ ज्यादा नहीं चल रहा है, स्पेशली जब एक्स मतलब एक्स ट्विटर आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, ट्विटर के इंप्रेशन गेम के बाद कुछ ज्यादा ही नहीं हो गया ये सब चीजें.
No, both like monetization and demonetization impacts a lot of Indians.
इतना तो डिमोनेटाइजेशन भी इम्पैक्ट नहीं किया सर, जितना मोनेटाइजेशन इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है ट्विटर का.
नहीं, see, but the point here is it's not about what is, this is immaterial, वो ट्विटर के वजह से नई प्लेयर बोल रहा है, and that's not the point. But the point problem here is this can so easily be solved or explained or told to the common public if there is some accountability.
Yes.
Or some transparency.
And we got to know after ages. मतलब ये तो काफी पहले की बात होगी, तभी तो विंडो 2-3 महीने पहले विंडो वो गया था, आज वो आ रहा है बिकॉज़ 10 विकेट लिया. अगर वो 10 विकेट नहीं लिया होता मानो, और ये दिल्ली फियास्को नहीं हुआ होता, तो ये बातें कहीं और रह जाती.
So
मेरे कंसर्न में
it is then again the problem is the system. It's not the individual. If you have accountability,
सेम ईशांत की तरह इसमें भी बोल रहा हूं मैं कि मतलब एक ईशांत का 100 ईशांत भी है, और मिस्टर यादव जो है, ऐसे कितने लोग होंगे जिनको मौका नहीं मिला, और कितने लोग होंगे जो शायद हिट नहीं हुए थे और उनको ऐसे ही बोल के खत्म कर दिया गया उनका कैरियर.
Which is why you want transparency from the system, right? If something is happening and if there is a word being done, I'm sure with India we can easily do it. We have enough people who can tell you the truth as well. Ki, this happened, this happened, this happened. This is what it is. Now here also, I'm still giving you the benefit of doubt. Ke I'm sure you will hide something in terms of the board, but then at least do that. Come out with a statement or say that this has happened, this is what happened, and this is what it is. At least put an official word to it. But in India, if you put an official word to it, so फिर source का क्या काम? See, what you have to realize is it's the circle, and nobody wants to get out of the business. So everybody loves ambiguity, क्योंकि कोई officially कोई कुछ बोलेगा नहीं. आपको जो लिखना है आप लिखो, आपको जो कोट करना है आप कोट करो. Obviously, the circle will never stop. So till the time you don't have question answers or अच्छा, like अगर अभी देखो, जैसे देखो, there is a statement coming against a franchise coach. The best simple thing is next time there is a net session that KKR are having or something like that. So maybe KKR can put out a statement. Maybe MP themselves can put out a statement. And here also you have to be smart. You don't have to always go after each other. मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा, ये झूठ बोल रहा. You can just explain the situation. But ये कब होगा? When you feel obliged to tell something to the fans.
Again हमारा पहला वाला चीज आ गया. When will not take fan as a guaranteed.
Yeah,
when you feel that you are answerable.
Accountable.
वो है नहीं ना अपने सिस्टम में. अपने सिस्टम में we are not answerable to anybody but our boss. तो which is again exactly how systems work. तो ये सब चीज it's all part of the system.
ये जो फैन है ना, मुझे लगता है एक बहुत अच्छा हमारे में इडियम है ना, मुफ्त का चंदन घिसे रघुनंदन, वही कंडीशन हो रहा है. हम लोग कैसा भी करेंगे फैन तो रहेंगे ही रहेंगे. फैन तो कहेंगे ही कहेंगे.
It is any which way is very deep, so let's not get down that route.
मतलब
even in 2024 still we don't know what happened between Ashok Dinda and Ranadev Bose in that Bengal team. And
uh,
Abhimanyu Ishwaran was the captain. Okay. तो अभी तो मैं इंतजार कर रहा हूँ कि ईश्वरन रिटायर हो जाए ऑटोबायोग्राफी आए तो हमको समझे क्या हुआ
You still
दोनों
don't know what has happened with India's best bowler, spin bowler, and
स्पिन
India's
बॉलर
best batter during their tenure. What went wrong?
या
The problem in India is we put everything black and white. We feel, okay, this is black, this is white. It is
there's
not
no
like that.
gray area. There is no gray area.
We don't want to give gray area because we see it's a problem that we have in every day-to-day basis also because we seek perfection. तो अपने को चाहिए कि everybody is a role model. So you cannot do like that if you're a player. You cannot behave like this if you're a player. Which is fine. You are putting your expectations on a player, but nobody's perfect. They will all have their flaws, but we will pick iska flaw. And when you talk about him, somebody will say, "अरे but what about him?" तो अपन उसमें से कभी बाहर आते नहीं है to figure out that okay, there is a larger problem that is there कि भाई you address everything कि अच्छा ये and these are not small names. Ranadev Bose is not a small name. Ashok Dinda is not a small name. And this is not we are not troll. We are not talking about trolls here. के run दिया and all of that. This is proper domestic stars. So how do
400
you not?
wickets, somebody had 200 wickets.
So how do you not have a system that is just talking to the people? Okay, and वही है ना, see, eventually it's about intent. We've discussed so much about intent on the field. It's also about intent of the field. That how much intent do you have to tell these stories? And India is, I mean, I sometimes feel very sad that we have so many great stories. I mean, this the story of Mukesh Kumar.
या
Two balls. He bowled two balls that has changed his life. I mean, how isn't it this a story that every child knows today? कि भाई that's what you have to pursue. You have to pursue excellence. तुमने दो बॉल डाला right time पे in front of the right person. He got his chance. You need these stories have to be told. But we will again be
यार
focused with
मुकेश सर मुकेश कुमार कितना ट्रोल हो रहा था पता है साउथ अफ्रीका वाले कंडीशन में.
another thing is on the Kishan thing. If you feel that those who have their sides in that issue, you should look at the one is the photo of Michael Holding kicking that stump in protest like long back, and the other is the same Michael Holding is giving a speech on Black Lives Matter later on. So that doesn't show that it is the same person. He has evolved over time. So I think you should give everyone that time to evolve as a person and not consider their actions like in a particular part of time.
सर एक बात और है, वक्त और समय के साथ बहुत कुछ बदलता है, लेकिन एक बात और है, व्हेन यही माइकल होल्डिंग यही आपको
सर बट स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं बोलता ना. द प्रॉब्लम इज स्क्रीनशॉट चेंज नहीं होता ना.
Sure.
नहीं नहीं मतलब यही यही माइकल होल्डिंग थे, यही आपके टॉप मोस्ट गार्डनर थे, ये से जब बॉल किया करते थे तो दे यूज्ड टू से ब्लड ब्लड ब्लड, दे वांटेड ब्लड इन देयर टाइम. नाउ इफ दे गो एंड डू लाइक दिस टू एनी ऑफ द स्टफ, इट विल बी issue.
And same thing, abhi Sunil Gavaskar bhi, he supports the BLM movement, but Sunil Gavaskar said the crowd in the West Indies was barbaric. मतलब ये लोग human ही नहीं है. ऐसे
हाँ, because
at
they
that
wanted
time,
blood.
हाँ,
They wanted blood.
yeah. So in his anger, yeah. So in his anger, he said that. So
No,
again,
sir, there
same
was
thing,
a
two
sir,
different
come on.
opinions.
If somebody is hitting your no head, the blood is
Yeah,
coming out and people are laughing around. And next
that
ball they're
evokes
talking
much.
about the blood, blood, blood. We
It
need
is why,
blood.
as Majubhai said, context matters.
Yes, that's
Not the
true.
screenshot. It's the context that matters.
Context
के,
matters.
which is why if you read anything tomorrow, whatever it is, give yourself some time and try to find the context behind it. And
Absolutely.
today, it is even more harder because now you don't know what to trust.
Yeah.
Because I always
Like
believe,
same thing, if you see Gavaskar's press conference for this regarding the England series, a statement about how the whinging media, crying media, something is used. Yeah, so that can be told as a mind game by someone, or it can be told as a irrational reaction, or the English media will say Sunny is targeting. them.
हाँ तो सेम कंडीशन वो तो हमेशा होता रहा है, तो खैर दैट्स अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ बॉल गेम ऑल टुगेदर. Anyways, I think we have gone to the very much of serious stuff and all. Whatever happened in last 1 week was a very different, especially the South Africa series. I'm not talking about. See, I'm not going to start talk about the KL Rahul at all. Okay, but India England Test match. We'll go to the India before ending this. We will go to the India Afghanistan also to show exactly what can be our team combination. Not on a winning or losing context, but overall. But before that, we are going to have 5 match Test match series. Now in 5 Test match series, who all will be your top 5 batsmen? Because we know after that we have Ashwin, Jadeja, Boom, Siraj, and might be one more spinner or the all rounder or the pacer, whatever it is. So who will be your top 5 batsmen? Apart from the first one is your Rohit is the captain, Virat Kohli is playing. Apart from that, these two.
You are asking the playing 11 or the best performer?
नहीं बस only playing 11 क्या हो सकता है? Because team
अभी
selection तो
तो
you know.
आपको 2 हफ्ते पहले पता था अफगानिस्तान सीरीज में रोहित और कोहली होंगे.
हाँ, रोहित तो कंफर्म था. Sir,
पर
Rohit
आप
confirm था. If you follow Abhishek Tripathi, he told clearly 2 महीने पहले.
मैं
No,
वापस
he
बोल रहा
clearly.
हूँ.
Sir नहीं मैं उनकी
You
नाम
knew
इसलिए.
ना, you knew, I did not know.
हाँ.
You knew, credit to you,
You know
but
why?
these
No,
reports
no. You
can
know
be
why?
right or wrong.
नहीं, मैं मान
My
रहा हूँ इस
point
बात को,
is,
लेकिन अब राइट कब होता है सर? किसी ने, एक मिनट, राइट कब होता है? जब किसी ने बोला, ठीक है, किसी ने बोला और उन्होंने कॉन्टेक्स्ट दिया. उस समय जब ये बोला जा रहा था, इवन बहुत सारे डेथ थ्रेट है उन लोगों के ऊपर, सारे बहुत सारे लोग हैं, बहुत कुछ हुआ, बहुत सारी चीजें हुई, दैट वेरी बैड थिंग हैपन, शुड नॉट बी, किसी के साथ भी हो, नहीं होना चाहिए, किसी के साथ भी नहीं होना चाहिए. बट जब उन्होंने बोला उसमें सारे लोगों ने ऐसे ही बोला कि नहीं होगा वो. उन्होंने कहा कि एग्जैक्टली दैट हैज बीन सेड एंड इट
people have
हैपेंड.
also said that Virat will not play. But again, we are debating the wrong thing here.
हाँ हाँ,
It
एब्सोल्युटली.
doesn't. It doesn't matter. वापस, it's not about what they are reporting. It's about none of us were very confident that both will be part of the setup. So at this point of time,
I always
Rohit,
believe that Rohit and Virat should be playing, for whatever reason, because कहीं ना कहीं वो फैन जाग जाता है यार कि नहीं यार, लास्ट माइट बी लास्ट वर्ल्ड
तो
कप फॉर
कब
देम.
तक, तो एक मेरे को सिर्फ बता दो कब तक यू आर गोइंग टू से द सेम थिंग. चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी
No, no, it's the last.
26. ये तो अभी 3 महीने पहले का वीडियो निकालो, वहां पे भी मेरे को किसी ने बोला था कि 22 might be the last time जी प्ले T20 फॉर्मेट, नाउ इट शुड बी यंगस्टर्स. एंड अभी वापस फैन आ गया है, तो अभी आप बोल रहे हो कि विराट एंड रोहित शुड प्ले अनदर वर्ल्ड
अब
कप.
क्या होता है ना कि हमने, अब क्या बोले, छोड़ो, मतलब ठीक है. That's
सिलेक्टर, क्या सिलेक्टर आप ही हो?
okay.
सच्ची बोले, सिलेक्टर आप ही हो ना?
नहीं सर, वो तो आप हैं, आपको भी पता है,
नहीं नहीं भाई,
आपके कनेक्ट ज्यादा अच्छे हैं,
नहीं
तो
नहीं
आप
नहीं,
हैं. हम लोग तो अभी
इतना
हम लोग
मैं
तो अभी भी
क्वालिफाइड
fan
हूँ
हैं.
नहीं टू बी द
अरे
सिलेक्टर.
सर क्या
बट
निखिल भाई.
just in terms of I'd say playing 11 जो भी हो, I think it will be a game of everything will be decided by the pitches. I'm very sorry, but it is going to be massively important because that will decide whether, God bless you, whether Akshar Patel is playing and how much is he doing well at with the bat. Because he will be very very crucial because I expect Rohit and Virat to have good series again at home, even without at home aspect. Very keen to see how Jaiswal comes in, but then I feel तीनों पे बहुत प्रेशर रहेगा, जायसवाल पे, गिल पे एंड श्रेयस अय्यर पे. So I think those three will have their own tests that they'll have to come through with. But I feel ऊपर से के Rohit will again give us good starts. Virat with a new cut shot, very very happy with it. Okay, that has come back into the game. He will again be looking to play deep.
Who may open?
Jaiswal and
That
Rohit, na, same as the South Africa. I don't see any change happening
KL
from open नहीं
कीपिंग कौन
करेगा.
करेगा? कीपिंग कौन करेगा?
कीपिंग के लिए करेगा ना. I think it will be the
इंडिया में
same.
स्पिनर्स के अगेंस्ट में KL करेगा.
Sorry.
इंडिया में स्पिनर्स के अगेंस्ट में स्पिनिंग ट्रैक पे KL करेगा. आर वी?
मुझे बैटिंग भी तो चाहिए भाई. केएस भरत से बैटिंग आपको कितनी मिलेगी? अगर if you
लेकिन
batted him where you have to remember where they batted him in the last home series.
आई अंडरस्टैंड, बट अगेन यू नीड अ
तो
बेटर. अगर एक स्टंपिंग या फिर कैचेस
उसको
मिस
केएस
हुए,
भरत से भी हो सकता है.
नहीं नहीं, सी आप ऐसा नहीं
See,
कह सकते. कम ऑन निखिल, कम ऑन.
क्यों नहीं हो
केस
सकता है?
वे
Right,
बेटर
see,
कीपर.
the
नो नो नो.
point that you have to pick is
सी
whether you are okay with one mistake from KL at the expense of 50-60 runs, or you are saying I don't want any catches or any things to be dropped. no matter whatever the guy does with the bat.
I would go for I as a selector, I will go for the second one. KL as a batsman, I can play, but not.
It is individual call because the
Of course
world
it
is
is.
going towards the former.
Hmm.
In the world at this point of time, even England is not selecting Ben Fox.
But in Besto says that I may not be the wicketkeeper during that India series.
So we will have to see कि कैसा जाता है, which is why the backs are crucial. क्योंकि
Yeah.
फिर आपको लाइनअप देखना है कि अगर आप उस लाइनअप में केएल को नहीं खिला रहे हो, तो then who is going to be a number 6? अक्षर पटेल और जडेजा.
Jadeja.
So if Jadeja is a number 6, Ashwin number 7, Akshar number 8.
और आप अक्षर को भी खिला रहे हो, तो 3 स्पिनर्स खिला रहे हो. वाह. कुलदीप को नहीं
तो
खिलाओगे?
स्पिन डेक रहेगा तो फिर अक्षर पटेल को नहीं खिलाएंगे.
तो आप कुलदीप को नहीं खिलाओगे?
क्यों नहीं खिला सकते ना भाई? You can play 4 spinners. Who is stopping you?
वो तो नहीं होगा. वो तो नहीं होगा. वो तो बूम और सिराज रहेंगे ही रहेंगे. You know it.
So 9, 10 you still have one spot left.
So ईयर को भी नहीं डाल रहे आप.
अरे मैं वही बोला, that's what you have to decide कि भाई whether you want to play that one batter less या एक एक्स्ट्रा ऑलराउंडर के साथ जाना है या आपको, क्योंकि then you have to put the keeper very low. अगर आप केएस भरत को खिला रहे हो, so then you will have to put केएस भरत at 7 or 8 to then play only 2 spinners or 3 spinners. So that is, it's way too early. भले 15 दिन ही है, but 15 दिन in Indian cricket is a long time.
Long time यार. पता चला 13वें दिन ये लोग निकाल रहे हैं. चलो ठीक है, मतलब चलो वेट करते हैं स्क्वाड का, and then we will talk about
just to know what would be your 11. We know the top 3 or top 4 at least. या top 5.
सर देखो अभी जैसा सिचुएशन चल रहा है ना, ईशान का ये हो रहा है, अय्यर का वो हो रहा है. अब क्वेश्चन ये है कि at this moment as a fan I'm talking about, as a fan I really have no idea exactly who all are in the good frame of mind to go to the test match. Because what I want personally as a fan, I want whoever is gonna to play in the test matches, whoever. Even Rohit and Kohli should not have been selected. They should have been played the Ranji Trophy, the 11th wala match. And whoever is getting a chance, please go and play the Ranji match. भले 2 दिन में खत्म हो जाए चलेगा. But go and play, because I'm sure the Ranji spinners are way better than the England's का main spinners. कम से कम you will play.
आपका possible 11 बता दो ना. What you think is likely?
अच्छा ठीक है, चलो मेरे हिसाब से I will go ahead with रोहित जायसवाल.
शर्मा के सर बोलो.
तीसरे नंबर पर इसका नाम लूंगा, उससे प्रॉब्लम हो जाना चाहिए.
कोई बात नहीं. अरे पर्सनल ओपिनियन है यार.
I want to go with the Pujara because Indian pitches, spinners, and he played well. He knows the pitches. So and Gill didn't do that well at number 3. Still, I have high hope with him, but he plays where the bounce and all are there. So Pujara might be a last chance. Not तो उसके बाद तो chance ही नहीं है. Pujara. 4 पे हमारे हैं विराट कोहली. 5 पे I will go ahead with Iyer because he plays spin really well than KL. I don't have that much of trust with the KL as a spinning track. Because जब सेल में जाता है तो पूरा सेल में चला जाता है. That's a very negative stuff. And spin के against में तो हो ही जाता है. And then I will go with the 6 for number 6 Jadeja. Number 7 I will go ahead with the KS Bharat, ईशान किशन जो हो जाए. या संजू सैमसन को भी ला दे भाई, पता नहीं आज कुछ भी हो सकता है. So ये हो गया. अब बचा नंबर 8, 9, 10, 11 4 बॉलर. बूम एंड सिराज कंफर्म्ड.
अश्विन कंफर्म है.
हां नहीं,
अश्विन कंफर्म नहीं अभी तक.
नहीं आ रहा हूं. बूम और सिराज का पेस बॉलर आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट.
नहीं जी सर कंफर्म. आई वाज स्कैर्ड कि हाउ इज इट नॉट सेकंड अश्विन का नाम.
बूम सिराज का पेस बॉलर, क्योंकि हम लोग बात कर रहे थे 4 स्पिनर का. अब बचा 2 स्पॉट. अश्विन को तो कोई हिला भी नहीं सकता इंडिया में, भूल जाओ. लास्ट है अब ये, या तो इंडियन का जो मोहब्बत है शार्दुल ठाकुर का, पता नहीं.
इंडिया आई डोंट थिंक एट होम दे विल प्ले शार्दुल ठाकुर.
मतलब बता रहा हूं, बैट्समैन, एक्स्ट्रा बैट्समैन.
What about Prasidh for the last slot में? प्रसिद्ध और मुकेश for the last slot कोई चांस है इंडिया में? या वो लोग जब I'm saying क्या सीमत को रोटेट करने से like they can
करेंगे, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि शमी is not available for the first 2 test matches what I got to know from cricket.com. So in that scene लास्ट में अब या अक्षर को खिला ले, I personally want to see Kuldeep because Kuldeep को मैंने देखा जहाँ बॉल बहुत टर्न करता है, he doesn't ball well. मैंने आज तक देखा है जहाँ बॉल नॉर्मल रहता है ना, नॉर्मल टर्न है, वहाँ वो काफी अच्छा करता है because उसको ग्रिप भी अच्छा मिलता है, it does well. So I would love to see Kuldeep Yadav. He can bat also in test matches यार, 40-50 बॉल खेल लेगा, रन बनाएगा. अक्षर लाइक अगर बैटिंग आ गई तो सोचो ऐसे भी बैटिंग रही नहीं, मैंने इंडिया की हालत खराब है, मतलब मोस्ट ऑफ द चांसेस ऐसे हो कि 200 पे 8-6 होगा, तो आप बहुत होगा तो 250 बनाओगे, ऐसे भी उससे ज्यादा जाओगे नहीं. तो उससे अच्छा कुलदीप को मेरे हिसाब से, अक्षय, दो सेम माइंडसेट के बॉलर होने से फिर प्रॉब्लम होता है कि आप somebody you will अंडर बॉल, जडेजा और अक्षय को आप अंडर बॉल
वो
करो.
तो एनीवेज होने वाला है, वो तो कितना भी
नहीं
करो
तो
कोई ना कोई हो ही जाता है.
कोई ना कोई हो जाता है, लेकिन क्या होता है कि जब आपके पास कुलदीप और अश्विन जैसे दो स्पेशलिस्ट, आई एम टॉकिंग द ऑलराउंडर्स नहीं, जबकि सारे स्पेशलिस्ट बॉलर ही है, तो इन दोनों में चांसेस क्या होता है कि बॉल जिस तरह से जा रहा है, आप यू नो एग्जैक्टली, रिस्ट बॉलर्स, रिस्ट स्पिनर्स का ना थोड़ा सा मोहब्बत ज्यादा है, मतलब क्या ही होता है कि उनकी तो मतलब बॉल टर्न नहीं हो रहा, दे दो बॉल यार, कहीं ना कहीं टर्न निकाल देंगे, और थोड़ा सा टर्न हुआ जडेजा को ला दो तो वो ऐसे ही डरा देगा. तो क्वेश्चन है इंडियन पिचेस है.
So Manju
So
bhai, what's your 11 if you have any change from what Saurabh bhai said?
yeah, I'm in favor of Pujara at 3 if they want to give him a comeback, like looking at what the T20 trend is. But still, I personally believe that I think they have moved on from Pujara and Rahane, unless, of course, they decide to surprise us. So then I would rather, like, we are looking at Gill as a long term, it's better to give him a chance at 3 from this series itself.
Yeah,
And maybe, like, if you want to have a better option, you can make Rahul keep wickets, but you'll have to make a spinner be under bowled and bat more. That can be Akshar. So you'll
yeah,
have an option of Akshar, and you have Jadeja, Ashwin both playing, and
yeah,
maybe you can include Mukesh Kumar to be like a workhorse, give you the tight spells. He can get some contrast swings. That is, if we are planning for conventional Test cricket. Now, if it's going to be like the Australia series, then I think even Mukesh will be under bowled. So, and my what I was thinking is maybe only one of Bumrah and Siraj we can use and use them sparingly short bursts. So that could be a strategy.
so four spinners then in that option, right? If you're only using one of these two.
I think
Yeah,
three
it's
spinners
only
he's
one.
talking about.
So there'll be two seamers like Mukesh and one of Bumrah and Siraj.
Yeah,
And then we have
okay.
three spinning options like Ashwin,
Akshar
Jadeja, and Akhtar.
and
But
Ashwin.
then one of them should know that we are short on batsmen, so they should do the job as the batsman also. So the spinners
Yeah,
should,
which
like
I
in
think
Australia,
anyways was that hope they've been doing for a while now.
yeah, like in the Australia series, they have actually outscored the top order.
Yeah,
But this
yeah,
time
yeah.
we
Acha,
want
we
the top
forgot
order to
even the name of the Washington Sundar. Never play well the domestic cricket, but
yeah.
internationally he
But
does.
then we don't know like if recent any scans. I hope everything is okay. He's fit. Then maybe he can be considered. But then I am really not sure of his status. Sometimes he just picks up some injury. So,
अब निखिल भाई आप भी बताइए दो अपने नंबर, आपने मतलब बताए,
I just
अपनी
said the
टीम
playing
बताओ.
in the very first place.
लेकिन आपने तो मतलब आधा अधूरा, मतलब एक बार
अरे
लाइनअप पूरा
बोला
बताओ.
तो बोला गिल, जायसवाल and Rohit to open. Gill at 3, Kohli 4. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ it will be the same 11 that plays the last
अच्छा,
test. एक
ओनली द
पेसर,
वन ऑफ द पेसर हटा दो.
हाँ एक पेसर के बदले अक्षर पटेल. That's the only change that I would make.
चलो, मतलब हम ऐसे भी इंडिया में खेलने में प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि मतलब 11 तो आपके लगभग, मतलब 9 प्लेयर तो सॉर्टेड होते हैं,
Hmm.
2 प्लेयर का सरदर्द होता है हियर एंड देयर.
Yeah.
so actually, fitness-wise, the most important player becomes Akshar Patel for balance के लिए. वो
Yeah, and I think I love Darshan ka comment also because it is very very crucial. Okay,
हाँ,
if you don't prepare competitive pitches that don't last 5 days,
yeah,
everybody will be fresh. So
right.
you have to see
हाँ,
the bit about 5 match test series is, it tests a lot of management in terms of workload, who you are playing when, back to back. You saw that in the Ashes also, how England had to rotate, how Australia had to rotate. Australia didn't eventually, but
हम्म,
because exactly what he says, if you make pitches that deteriorate too fast, तो एक गलत टॉस और
हम्म,
एक जैक क्रॉली या बेन डकेट चल गया अगर, या एक दो कैच छूट गए अगर फर्स्ट स्लिप में डकेट के, तो फिर देन यू आर गोइंग टू प्ले कैच अप. एंड देन आई
दैट्स
the
व्हाट आई
way
एम स्केयर्ड ऑफ.
the way this team has functioned, the pressure will be immense. And then you don't want a one day test. कि भाई एक ही दिन में इतना बॉल स्पिन हो रहा है कि everybody is getting out on the same day.
सीरियसली हमें उतना ही डर लगना चाहिए। इवन इंग्लैंड की टीम तो कब की सिलेक्शन हो गई यार, 2 महीने पहले।
Yeah.
मानना
which is
पड़ेगा
fair
उनको।
ना, मतलब they are giving us enough time to do homework. Let's see if we
प्रोफेशनल,
do or not.
प्रोफेशनल। And they always smartly they do that, they always keep one or two spinners fresh and new one, and we all know that new spinners create havoc for the first 2 days matches. Anyway,
And if you
we are
remember
in the,
that indoor test, you see Rohit getting stumped against Kuhneman by
Yeah,
misjudging the length. So those kind of mistakes we should not repeat if you want to
yeah.
give these turnouts. So I think it's in our good interest to make slower wickets, like more
सर वो
conventional
तो
wickets.
सर वो तो 19 नवंबर को भी अगर वो शॉट नहीं मारा होता तो पता नहीं क्या होता। वो तो बाद वाली बात है, अब क्या ही बोला जाए, दर्द आ जाता है, वो सब बातें
वो
जाते हैं।
तो वो तो पिच पे ही हारे हम, आप किसी बैटर पे नहीं हारे।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, बैटर नहीं नहीं, मैं फिर बैटर की बात नहीं है, वो मैं सिर्फ रोहित की बात पे आ रहा हूँ। नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट
हाँ,
पिच,
नहीं, बट
आउटसाइड
ऑन दैट
कंडीशन।
इवन वो शॉट रोहित नहीं लगा था, उसके 2 ओवर के बाद तो लगा था वापस,
हाँ,
बिकॉज़ दैट
कौन
इज द
वापस
वे
जानता
ही वाज प्लेइंग।
still,
किसकी किस्मत में क्या लिखा होता है, कौन से बॉल पे। यू नो, जिस तरह से फर्स्ट 10 ओवर में इंडिया का बॉल स्विंग किया था और इतने सारे एजेस बचे थे, क्या ही कर सकते। खैर छोड़ो, वो सब बातें बात की है। बट वी आर गोइंग टू द वन ऑफ द लास्ट सेगमेंट that is very important actually, because test match is coming, India Afghanistan match is coming, IPL is coming, biggest thing in the Indian cricket, world cricket. IPL is coming, everybody is becoming millionaire, and then the T20 World Cup is coming. सारे कुछ चल रहे हैं ठीक ठाक, but we still yet to get good replacement or alternate of Bumrah and Shami. I'm not keeping Shiraz in that level of Bumrah and Shami yet. So, and we saw exactly in the South Africa first test match that Prashid Krishna didn't able to, ठीक है न्यू बॉलर है कोई बात नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी आपको बोलते हैं ना कि दूध के पाव पलने में, पूत के पाव पलने में दिख जाते हैं और समथिंग लाइक दैट। उस तरह के इंप्रेशन जैसा मुकेश कुमार ने इंप्रेशन डाला है। प्रसिद्ध भी नहीं, उमरान भी आया चला गया, और भी बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स आए, आ रहे जा रहे, आवेश भी खेल रहे हैं ठीक है, बट समवेयर डाउन द लाइन। डू यू थिंक एग्जैक्टली दैट व्हाट्स द फ्यूचर ऑफ इंडियन पेसर्स and who all can not replace or the alter in coming to few years, or we have to wait for the new lot of pacers? What is the scenario here as per you, Nikhil bhai?
I feel there are pacers. I think Mukesh is a good
No, they are in
bowler.
30s. Question is that they are 29, 30 at this moment.
But who is
So
thinking long term? We don't even know if there will be test cricket after 6-7 years.
no,
3 टीम
six
तो
seven
कैंसिल
years
ट्राई
नहीं,
करी।
अभी मानो बुमराह चोट से ग्रसित हो गया
तो कोई
पहले टेस्ट
पॉसिबल
मैच।
नहीं है। बुमराह का रिप्लेसमेंट इस दुनिया में, इस देश में पॉसिबल, इट
नहीं
इट
यार, जैसे
दे पॉप अप, दे कांट बी मेड। सो
वंस इन एरा, वंस इन एरा।
so this is where you will want to have scouts out there to look out for them, to
Yes.
look out for the next time. That is, but then you can't rush them into the setup. But you have Mukesh Kumar who's toiled hard. You have many pacers in this country who have toiled hard. What you have to do is get them together. You have to do this for all-rounders also. कि आपका जो next batch of all-rounder है ही किधर? But you have to give people chance. शम्स बुलानी है, सौरभ कुमार है. Get them into the system. When Bangladesh come to play India, when New Zealand comes to play India, थोड़ा डरो मत, रेस्ट करो जडेजा को, खिलाओ सौरभ कुमार को, खिलाओ शम्स बुलान, अगेन whoever, I'm just taking some
हाँ
names
हाँ,
that are on the top of my head.
लेकिन
Players are there.
WTC प्रॉब्लम है कि डरने का नहीं, WTC पॉइंट है, और होम सीरीज में भी अगर हम लोग पॉइंट लूज करते हैं तो फिर हमारा
It's
नेक्स्ट मैच
okay
5
ना, क्या
ऑस्ट्रेलिया में
ही
है।
फर्क पड़ रहा है, 2 साल WTC टॉप करके क्या होगा?
सर ऐसे नहीं होता सर, ये गलत बात है। वहां
Sir,
तक
that is
पहुंचना,
the
वहां
exact
तक
problem that Indian cricket is having. We are too desperate for success, which is short term. We are not thinking long term at all.
नहीं, अगर आप
like I
प्रोसेस
mean,
की बात करो तो
change
हमें
his
बहुत सारी
mindset.
चीजों में देखना पड़ेगा फिर।
Exactly the mindset, as Manju said, you cannot be obsessed with wins only. The player will not learn if you are very obsessed with wins. You have to give people time. Jadeja wasn't the test bowler that he is now. आपने उसको इतना मौका दिया, उसके बाद he's become what he is. So you'll
नो
have to
किसी
give
बोला,
people time.
आप नो नो दैट आई वोंट एक्सेप्ट।
Call
सॉरी,
Pankaj Singh as an
आप
unlucky
आप
fast
आप
bowler.
आप उसका एक मिनट,
उसको टेस्ट
आप उसके
मिलता फिर
10th
तो शायद unlucky ना रहता.
पंकज
सब लोग
कुमार।
बोलते हैं पंकज सिंह का कैच छूट गया, अनलकी है, तो अगर
तो
उसको
फिर
एक और मैच दे देते तो शायद अनलकी नहीं रहता, अपना कुछ करियर बना लेता, डोंट नो।
There are so
तो
many such names.
Even Jaideep Onadkar didn't get a look when exactly he did really well. Although in the Ranji matches I watched, he didn't live up to the mark. That's a different thing. Other guys are coming into. However, मतलब इतना हो गया स्टोरी, कुछ भी हो जाए, until the mindset will not be changed. हम जहाँ थे, फिर हम लोग इसी बात पे डिस्कस करेंगे अगले पॉडकास्ट में भी, for sure about it.
एंड
However,
जो लॉस्ट हीरोज है, लाइक उमरान मलिक अभी कहाँ है, पिक्चर में नहीं है, तो
Exactly.
these उसका ट्रैक रखना पड़ेगा। वो whose responsibility it is, you have to ensure that वो कॉम्पिटिटिव क्रिकेट खेल रहा है, नहीं खेल रहा है, डाइट फॉलो कर रहा है, फिटनेस में है नहीं है, कितना।
यही
See,
यही सबसे बड़ा problem.
Umran Malik, you have Karthik Tyagi. These are all names that have been very people have been happy. Okay, wow, what great bowler. But
Very
then
true.
now it is your job to take care of them, of Harshit Rana, of Shivam Mavi, of
Harshit.
Dinesh Nagarkoti. कि भाई क्या हो रहा है?
Even
Why
Shivam
are
Mavi didn't play. He's injured or what? He didn't play
so
for UP, did he?
that's what I'm saying now. Somebody has to just get them all together and then
And
keep
we
a
should
track.
have the update. The biggest problem, we should have the update. Somewhere in the BCCI or TV, इतने सारे इंटेलेक्चुअल राइट्स लेके रखते हैं, आईपी राइट्स लेके रखते हैं, कम से कम ये सब अपडेट तो कर दे.
ये जब होगा ना तो we'll have a very simple and direct answers के okay, you want replacement for Shami? These are the 4 options. And and I'll be very honest, if India can't do it, तो फिर good luck.
हाँ, इसीलिए तो हमारे पास इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस, देखो ना, फिर से क्वेश्चंस पे क्वेश्चंस ही है. लो, एक और आ गया मैसेज दर्शन का.
Yeah, BCCI literally gets free scouting from 10 IPL franchises, investing millions. But without a pipeline to bring them into the Indian side, nothing will come around.
नॉट इवन द
So,
इंडियन साइड, इवन टू द स्टेट साइड.
मतलब सोचो सरफेस लेवल पे वी फील कि 3 टीम बनाएंगे ना, बट सरफेस के नीचे कितना प्रॉब्लम है
सर
कि
वो
सरफेस के
सर
नीचे
वो
कितना है वो भी देखो।
सर, सर हम लोग दिल्ली का बोल रहे डिबेकल हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. वो सुयश शर्मा था ना, वो लेगी, वो सिर्फ T20 खेला. अरे रणजी में लेके आओ, पता
बट
चलेगा ना
अगेन
आपको.
नहीं, ये भी आपको दिस इज आल्सो गुड पॉइंट टू आइडेंटिफाई किसका कौन सा फॉर्मेट है।
सर वही तो
वेदर
बात है,
यू
आपने चलाया कहाँ?
हाँ नहीं,
इंडिया
बट
में
वेदर यू वांट टू गिव हिम सी लाइक द एग्जांपल ऑफ एमएस गिव फॉर पतिराना कि उसको वनडे फॉर्मेट मत खिलाओ, उसको टेस्ट फॉर्मेट मत खिलाओ, उसका बॉडी नहीं संभाल पाए। सो दैट इज द जॉब ऑफ द प्रोफेशनल्स टू टेक केयर कि व्हाट इज द बेस्ट फॉर्मेट फॉर द बेस्ट पर्सन एंड यू
But see, the pace bowler and the life of a pace bowler and the spinners are pretty different. You have to see Pathirana because
even if it is different, Malinga had to give up test cricket to play long in my ball format. तो
but which
पेस से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता। अभी बॉडी एवरी बॉडी इज डिफरेंट, यू हैव टू टाइमल मिल्स का यार पेस से क्या रिलेशन है? अभी
very
है
true.
बुरा बैट तो क्या कर सकते हैं ना, इट्स हिज बैड लक बट यू कैन
नहीं,
स्टिल मेक द
अगर आप
मोस्ट ऑफ इट बाय
हाँ,
प्लेइंग
ठीक
इन
है,
द राइट फॉर्मेट।
जैसा आपने निखिल भाई, जैसा आपने कहा था कि ट्रांसपेरेंसी अगर नहीं है तो
हाँ,
इट शुड बी क्लियर इनफ.
so it should be clear from both sides, from the player and also and from the franchise and the management
Absolutely.
also कि okay, this is like we know कि Arshdeep probably best for this format, stick him there. Bishnoy great for these two formats, stick him there. तो ये सब करना पड़ेगा तो फिर हो जाएगा। So let's see.
वही. Anyway, back to the last
Okay.
pointers of our India versus Afghanistan. What do you see exactly
इतना
that?
इतना सब डिस्कस करके हम कम बैक टू इंडिया अफगानिस्तान।
हाँ, तो इतने अच्छे से मैंने मोश बनाया है अपना, तो कम से कम इंडिया अफगानिस्तान बात कर ही ले. इब्राहिम जरदान कैप्टनसी कर रहे हैं भाई, तो मजाक नहीं है, because he is the very brightest and the youngest player, and they always come up with the under 19 players that are coming really good for them. And he's 21, 22, if I'm not 22, yeah, 22 only. And do you think exactly that Afghanistan will create an issue for Indian team
It is
without,
better if they do. It
हाँ,
is better if they do.
we
I'll
all
keep it
want,
simple that way. क्योंकि देखो रिजल्ट से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला। You win 2-1, you win 3-0, you lose, क्या हो रहा है that is
इंटेंट पे पता चलेगा कौन किस इंटेंट पे खेल रहा है.
क्योंकि
Companies वाले
if you have Rohit and Virat playing again, तो मुजीब डाल रहा है, तो what is the intent there? How are they
yes,
attacking paces? So all these small things will be in focus. So I'm not going to be worried about the result. But these
intent,
small matchups are
out,
important. कि क्या homework हो रहा है?
क्या
वापस we
होगा.
can't wait for 2 hours to bowl a short ball to Travis. It cannot happen again.
No comment.
Exactly.
मतलब वो फिर से हम लोग मतलब घूम फिर के दुनिया
वापस
गोल है, दुनिया
वापस
गोल है
वापस
भाई. ये
sorry,
दुनिया
sorry,
गोल है. That's true,
sorry.
दुनिया गोल है.
Back to India Afghanistan. Sorry.
So Manju bhai, give the सेंड थैंक यू सो मच स्पीच आप ही कर दो आज, क्योंकि आप सबसे कम बोले हो.
नहीं, ऐसा
थैंक्स
कुछ
टू
नहीं है।
भाई.
तो I enjoyed a lot listening to and also sharing thoughts. So I think always a pleasure and nice hosting by Saurabh bhai. So we covered all the topics. That is the best actually.
No, no,
So
no.
really
Covered.
out
Acha,
of
here, okay, okay. So here, guys, uh, the pointers has been penned down by Manju bhai. निखिल
okay.
भाई के
Please
साथ आई डिस्कशन
call
हुई थी, बट अगेन
ask me. So I
दिस
just
क्वेश्चन
mentioned.
and Manju bhai bought this questions only within 2 minutes time. Can you believe it? I got it at 10:40. Just I requested around 10:38. So I'm really thankful to Manju bhai for always from our day one time. So yeah, Manju bhai is a very kind, and Nikhil bhai also. These guys, these two legendary guys are the very much, very very kind, very very down to earth people. And I must say that whatever we are right now and talking about the cricket and all, only because these guys are coming to the show and we really can say anything. And I know exactly if they're saying also no, it is not. We all know that exactly we are talking for the team, not against anyone. And whomsoever's name we have taken here is not for the credentials, not we are taking any kind of leverages. It is only because to give the reference, the way bibliography used to create when we used to submit our report. So it's just to say why. Nothing else. Nobody is bad. Nobody is good. सबका दाता राम देख लेगा वो भाई. तो मंजू भाई आप ही खत्म करो आज.
इतना बोलने के बाद आप ही बोलते आप खत्म करो. दैट इज द ग्रेटनेस ऑफ सौरभ.
Oh, Nikhil bhai, come on. Manju bhai, come
Thank you,
on.
Nikhil and Saurabh, for being there. So it was fun to discuss all the different topics. So hopefully we'll be back sooner than it takes to bowl a short ball to Travis Head or go round the wicket to Dean Elgar. So I would thank our guests and I hope that better days are in store.
Thank you so much, guys.
Hopefully.
Have a nice night. Thank you, Nikhil bhai.
Yeah.
Thank you, Manju bhai.
Cheers.
Cheers.